all I see is the top banner of your screen. Okay?
Where?
It just okay.
Okay. We are going live, right? Start webinar.
Yes, we are.
Can you check StreamYards? Make sure Facebook is looking good.
Of course.
Yep, we are live there. All right, let's go.
Recording in progress.
Welcome everybody to the Google Mastery Challenge. So happy to have you all on here. Welcome Brett, Brian, Cheryl, Deborah, Denise, Diane. We got so many people registered for this challenge that we got several with the same name. I love it. Love to see that. Over 500 people registered for this Google Mastery Challenge. If you're excited to learn how to get more Google reviews, let me know. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what brokerage you're with. I am super excited for this challenge today. This challenge is really all about growth. This is all about building your online presence. This is about getting Google reviews. We have somebody on this call that from last week to today, just 1 week, they got over 40 reviews on Google. This is wild, right? Like, it is possible to get a lot of reviews. You are going to learn how to get reviews on Google today. This is not a support webinar. This is not a simple training. This is a Google Mastery Challenge to challenge all of you to really get out there, win more reviews on Google, get placed on the top of Google, win more deals, get more calls, because it's happening for the top producers, and I want to make sure it's happening for all of you. So welcome to the call. My name's Alex Montalenti, CEO of RealGrader, and today we are doing the power of Google reviews. This is part 1 of the Google Mastery Challenge. This is a 3-week series where every Friday we're going to focus on building your online presence on Google, getting you those Google reviews, helping you get to the top of the search engines. We have Mario Hurley on the call as well, who's the one in charge of inviting you all here and recommending that you join this amazing challenge. Love seeing all the people talking in the chat. We got over 160 people on the call. This is going to be awesome. So we got Josue from South Carolina, Coldwell Banker. We've got Marie Josie from Pompano Beach. We got Oscar from Illinois. We got Marissa from EXP. We got Pat from Douglas Elliman. People from all over the country tuning in. Awesome. For those of you that are having issues with your Google business pages, you want to get that up and running so you can get Google reviews, Mario is making it super easy for you. He's got a simple form for you to fill in with any concerns that you have. Try not to bring them up in the chat so we can stay focused on the growth and the training here today. But if you have issues, you can provide them to Mario. He's got a link that he'll give you. If you have any client concerns, anything support related, we want to make sure we cover all of those, get back to all of you on that. But I want to be as focused as I can on the content today. So let me know, first of all, how many of you were on the call last week? If you were on the call last week, say, yes, I was on the call last week. If you're new, say new. If this is a new session for you, let me know. We got some people new, some people on the call. Awesome. There were people on the call last week, which was kind of like a preview to what we're doing here today. So they got a little bit of a sneak peek. They got a little bit of an edge on those that joined today. Don't have FOMO. I'm going to give you all the content today. But what's important to know is that there were action takers on the call last week that already got over 40 reviews on Google. Pretty wild, right? In 1 week, it's possible to easily get 40 reviews on Google. And it's pretty wild to see that happened, not just for one person, but for multiple people on the call. So I'm seeing agents now with 100 reviews on Google, 200 reviews on Google, crazy numbers. We've got agents with over 1,000 reviews. Yeah, Marie's like, who is that? So I'm gonna release. I actually screenshotted the person who got over 40 reviews. Pretty wild. I'm really proud of that. Let's see if they're on the call really quick. Yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, Mr. Montalenti, a couple of household items.
Yes.
Very important. This is our biggest house. and it's perfect. Those of you who heard the call and you moved your schedule and you told your friends, hey, this is important, I gotta be there. These guys are real greater. These guys are serious. I've already heard some incredible things. I've already seen some real growth due to the recommendations. But this is a unique conversation we're having. This is a unique challenge we're having. The first one of this kind for the year 2025. That being said, for those of you who are having some challenges with the services, with the timeliness, with the response from our support team, etc., one person already was smart enough to do this. You use the Q&A, message me directly, and I'll give you a special form that's going to allow you to get priority and get response regarding your issues. This webinar is not to handle issues. This webinar is to take us next level with Google. Very, very important. For those of you who need support, use the Q&A. I'll give you the special form and you'll be contacted. All right, let's do it.
Awesome. Let's do it. I'm excited for this training. A little background on me. My name is Alex Montalenti. I'm an international speaker, the CEO of Real Greater, and I do these trainings every Friday. It's kind of been a thing. It's called a masterclass. Every Friday, we've got hundreds of agents that join us. They learn information. It's complimentary for now for these trainings. And what's nice about it is we've got a lot of people that come back every week and learn something new. But what I wanted to do different for the next 3 weeks is to focus on one platform. I've been teaching about Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all the different sites. But for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to teach just about Google because it's that important with the changes that are happening right now on Google. So imagine the results you're going to get when you spend 3 weeks with me, really optimizing your Google reviews, optimizing your SEO, optimizing how you show up on Google to generate more leads, right? Awesome. So Mario, I'm just going to count on you to man the chat so I can stay focused on the content. If anybody's asking, I see some people asking for the form, just make sure you provide that form to them as well in the chat or through the Q&A, because some people are having some trouble finding the Q&A, but I'm going to stay focused on the content from now on.
Let's do it. Sounds good.
Awesome. So a little background on me. I speak at the National Association of Realtor events. I'm an international speaker. I'm a digital marketing expert, and I've won a lot of awards. And I've been in really the industry for 25 years. It all started with my mom. My mom was a real estate agent. She didn't really know digital marketing. I helped her close some of the biggest deals of her life. $80,000 commission check was one of them. And I was able to really take her to the next level. And since then, I've helped hundreds of thousands of agents through education and training. Right here at this company, we've reached over 100,000 agents. And we have this community of influencers. These are agents that tune into our training. Some of them get our content. Some of them learn from us and take it and do it themselves. Some of them count on our software to do it for them. But we've helped a lot of agents, and we have a podcast called the Top Real Estate Influencers Podcast, where we interview some of the best people. Now, why I share with you all this is that it's no overnight success story. I've been in this industry for 25 years. And now finally, I've got a podcast and I'm the CEO of a company and I speak on all these stages, but this stuff doesn't happen overnight, right? Getting your Google business page to show up on the top for your local area doesn't happen overnight either. But here's what I want to share with you about my podcast story. I didn't realize this till a couple of weeks ago. My podcast is the top 1% of podcasts. Why? Because I have more than 30 episodes. Most podcasts are not consistent enough to be in the top 1%. Most realtors are not consistent enough with their Google reviews to be in the top 1%. So what I want to teach you today for an hour is not just how do I get Google reviews, how do I consistently get Google reviews so you can be in the top 1% of real estate professionals on the top of Google. Does that make sense? It's about consistent action. So see, these are some of the people I've interviewed on the podcast: Elena Cardone, Gary Ashton, #1 RE/MAX team in the world, Veronica Figueroa. These are major teams. And if you look at their profiles, like look at some of these people's Google business, Gary has over 1,200 reviews on Google. Pretty wild, right? Some of these teams have hundreds and hundreds of reviews. So lead generation does not happen overnight, everybody. I've been in lead generation business for 25 years. Building good SEO, getting to the top of Google needs consistent action. But what I'm going to teach you here today is going to give you a huge jump start into how to get on the top of Google. Okay? So a lot of trainings I provide. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I've got the Friday trainings, all the trainings that I do this week, next week, and the following week. The replay is instantly on my YouTube channel. Many of you asked me for the replays. We can send it to you, but I'm just sending you a link to my YouTube. So if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, /YouTube/RealGrader, or you text the word training to 516-400, I'm going to give you the number, 4161. If you text in, you'll be subscribed to the YouTube channel as well, so you can get the replay today. You can also get the guidebooks. I provide the guidebooks all the time to so many agents. If you need the guidebooks, I'm going to show you how to get those too. I've got an amazing team, and I'll be the first to admit, as the CEO of the company, right now we're going through such a growth phase that it is challenging. And we've got a lot of support tickets coming in, and we've got over 100,000 agents that we built digital cards for. So we are swimming in a lot of support. So that's why those of you here today, you have access to Mario to submit a form so that you can get on a priority list. Because if you're here, you're actually really committed, and we have a lot of agents that we're trying to serve at the same time. So thank you for your patience in advance. We do have this form that's going to help, and I do have the best team in the world. We've helped over 100,000 agents. This is how you can get on the list for the trainings in the future. This is also how you get the link to the replays. So if you want today's replay because maybe you got to leave early, or you can't be here next week, or you want the replays from the previous weeks, all you got to do is text the word training to 516-400-4161. Sound good? I'll wait a second there. If you need to get access to this, many of you are already on this list, but if you're new and you want to get access to the replays, get access to the training in the future, that's how you get access. You just text the word training to 516-400-4161. Mario, anything being brought up in the chat I need to know about?
No, just thanks to everyone. Some people are giving us their forms. Some people are demanding a conversation. Remember, this is not the time for that conversation. This is for the training. The best you can do is give us this hour until this is complete, and then you'll be receiving a phone call. Everyone that's here to win, this is really the game changer, right? I mean, out of this training, out of this challenge, we're going to see a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of incredible breakthroughs for every individual. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the patience. And of course, thank you for your commitment.
Excellent. So let's get into the Google Mastery Challenge. What is it going to take to get more Google reviews right now and get to the top of these search engines? I'm going to teach you how to get these leads from Google. I've been doing Google optimization for 25 years, so I've really watched the evolution from regular Google search to Google AdWords to Google Maps to then the launch of Google Reviews to then the launch of more AdWords, then the launch of Google Local Service Ads a couple of years ago. And now there's something new coming on the market, and I want you all to be prepared for that. And how you prepare for that is getting lots of reviews on Google, okay? I know a lot of you spend a lot of money on leads. You're buying leads from all these places, and a lot of the times they're not great leads. Even Google Local Service Ads sometimes isn't great leads. But Google Business Page is different. If they're contacting you through your Google Business Page, that's a pretty qualified lead. They're actually looking you up, or you're looking your local area up, and then they contact you. Like I have Anna Benavides. She says she gets calls from Google Business all the time. They're good leads. She gets listings out of it. I got Willie Hardin, Gary Ashton, all these realtors getting leads right from their Google Business Page. That's different than pay-per-click. That's different than pay-per-call. That's literally like they're finding your Google Business Page. So what many of you don't realize right now is that Google is building the best directory of agents that we've all ever seen. right? There's directories on realtor.com. There's directories on Zillow. There's directories on homes.com. All these different places have directories, but our customers, our consumers are using Google as the way to search. So Google has created a directory now. Pretty wild, okay? I want you all to pay attention to this because this is probably the biggest change I've seen in maybe the last 4 years with Google. And I want you, the only way you can prepare for this is to get a lot of reviews and to watch this 3-day challenge that I'm doing, because I did a lot of research on this. This is the schedule for the challenge. So I'll take it here. On May 2nd, we talked about Google Business. For those of you that weren't here, you can get the recording, okay, by going to our YouTube channel or texting training to that phone number. Today, we're talking about Google reviews. On May 16th, I'm talking about Google Business Ads. Most of you don't even know what that is. How do I know? Because when I search, which I'm going to show you today, there's barely anybody using it yet. Huge opportunity, everybody. This is not Google Local Service Ads. This is not Google AdWords. This is not that. This is really positioning your Google business page on the top of the search engines. Very interesting, very affordable, very high lead conversion. Okay, there's agents already doing it. They're making money with it. So trust me, in the next couple of weeks, you're going to learn something that could probably revolutionize your business for the next couple of years if you do it right. The last thing we're going to talk about on May 23rd is how to take these Google business leads and convert them, right? Because that's going to be another piece to the puzzle. All right, so how many people on this call are, 1 through 10, this is really something you want to learn about? 10 is like, yeah, I want to get ahead of my competition. I want to learn about this. Put that in the chat. 1 is like, I really don't know what you're talking about, Alex. I don't even know if I should be here today. Because if you're not really in the game to win this, you might not be ready for this conversation I'm about to have. This conversation is really for action takers that want to get Google reviews, that want to show up on the top of the search engines, that want to win business for years. Because if you're not going to get Google reviews, you're not going to be there. You're literally not going to be there. And Google is already showing this, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to demonstrate it to you. Like literally, I could search for best agent in Miami or best agent in Nashville, and I will show you that many of you are not there right now. And who is the agents with a lot of reviews? So how do we get there? That's what we're going to show you in the next 3 weeks. How to get to the top, how to get the reviews. And guys, I'm telling you, this is amazing because in the past, you would have had to pay like Zillow thousands of dollars a month for this kind of stuff. And now Google's like releasing it in a way that actually positions you really well as the local authority. So first of all, if you have not signed up for this Google Mastery Challenge, you don't even need this because everybody's here is signed up for the next 3 weeks. So what we did is we made it really easy for you. If you signed up for today, you're automatically signed up for the next 3 weeks. You don't have to re-register. It's going to be the same link every week for the next 3 weeks. Tried to make it as easy as possible because getting everybody on a call is difficult, right? So you will not need to sign up again. All right, Betsy? Yeah, Betsy's asking, how do I sign up again? You don't need to. One thing I do want to get from you all is this understanding that this is a little bit of a commitment, right? Like if you're committed to getting these reviews and showing up on the top, we're going to first talk about Google Maps, okay? And this is ChatGPT creating a version of me teaching a class on Google Maps. What do you think? All I did is, by the way, is I went to ChatGPT and said, take a blonde guy, here's my photo, and put him teaching a class about Google Maps and Google Business, and ChatGPT came up with this. Not bad, right? Then I said, we're going to teach about Google reviews and building trust and attracting customers and improving the rankings. ChatGPT did this image too. Pretty cool. Then we're going to talk about Google Business and how to optimize that properly. Because here's the deal. Google reviews are now the new word of mouth. Okay, Google reviews are now the new word of mouth. Many of you rely on referrals. If you study Buffini, it's all about the referral network, right? If you've been studying how to get referrals, you know that asking 3 people, etc. But now your referrals go online to see if you're legit. Make sense? So here's what shows me the commitment if you're in. If you were on the call last week and you did this, you do not need to do it again. If you are new or you didn't do this last time, fill in this form. But here's why. I'm going to show you why first, and then you can do the form. Is because I asked everybody, where do they stand? Okay. How many reviews do you have? How many reviews do you want to get? The average number of reviews from about 47 people on the call last week was 11. And most people wanted to get to at least 42 reviews as a goal within the next 21 days. How many people think that's possible to go from like 11 to 42 in 21 days? I'm going to tell you it's very possible because we have a gentleman on this call who went in 1 week. He got over 40 reviews in 1 week. Imagine what's going to happen for this gentleman when I reveal who he is in 3 weeks. He just broke 100 reviews on Google. So I know it works for all of you, right? This gentleman is special, but all of you can do this. So if you're committed to getting the reviews, I recommend you fill in this form. This is going to ask you, first of all, do you have a Google business page in order to get the reviews? Do you have a digital card that you can ask for the reviews? How many reviews do you currently have? How many reviews are you going to get? So now I know what I'm working with in this group. So if you could take a moment, scan this QR code, fill in this form, it'll take a moment, but it shows me that you're committed. I know I have 47 committed people right here. Actually, right here. These 47 people are committed to getting reviews, and one of the people on here already beat the goal. Any way to get the link? Yes, there is a way to get the link. Let's see how we can do that. Mario, can you scan this QR code, get the link, and provide it in the chat?
I sure can. By the way, did you ask a question earlier from 1 to 10 in the group?
Yeah, I did.
Well, some folks answered 9.625.
I love that.
What does that mean? We got some comedians among the real estate agents, huh?
I love it. There's comedy, there's sarcasm, there's all of it, right?
Okay, I will post the link shortly. Yes, I just got it.
Perfect. As soon as you completed this form, just say I completed it. If you're committed, the scan is not working. Uh-oh. Let's see. Should work.
Working for me.
Yes, it does work. Just wait for the yellow link to show up. I love Tim. Tim is like, Jerry Allen, I just gave you a review. See, that's somebody who's committed right there. Not only is he getting reviews for himself, but he's contributing to others to get reviews. Way to go, Tim.
And there's the link to the form for everyone.
Amazing. All right, let's go back here. Can you see my screen? What do you see right now, Mario? Just so I'm clear.
The QR code.
Perfect. I'll give you all just another minute. If you don't have the answer to some of those questions, that's okay. Do the best you can, but that kind of tells me where you're at. Do you have a Google business page? One of the things you're all going to need to get reviews is a Google business page. So for some of you, you're waiting for your Google business page to get created by us. For some of you, you don't know where to start. I'm going to help you with that too. And for some of you that don't have it, you're going to learn this. So once you get it, you're going to know what to do. Most of you have a Google business page, right? The other tool you're going to need is your digital card. You don't need your digital card, but your digital card is going to make things way easier. I'm going to give you an alternative method as well to getting these reviews, but we're literally going to show you today how to get the reviews. Awesome. A lot of people are done. They're filling in the form. I'm going to keep going here. Now more than ever, people are searching and evaluating real estate agents based on their online reputation, and the Google business page is literally the biggest thing that shows up on a search. Okay? I want to show you that agents are getting lots of reviews. Anna has over 140 reviews. Lisa Angel got 6 new reviews in 1 day. There are people on this call today that could literally get 6 reviews in 1 day. I know it. 22 new reviews in 11 days from Monica. Now, Tim is on the call. Tim, I got to acknowledge you, Tim. You were on the call last week. You always take the coaching. And Tim broke 100 reviews this week. When I first met Tim, tell me how many reviews you first had when I met you. I'm guessing it was under 10, if 0 maybe. But you tell me. I know it wasn't 100. Tim had 0. Tim had 0 reviews when he met me. He learned all about this, and now he has over 100 reviews on Google. Can we acknowledge Tim? Like, Tim got over 40 reviews in less than 1 week. Actually, he got 48 new reviews in 1 week. Did anybody beat Tim last week? I mean, come on, that's serious. Some people don't get 48 reviews in their lifetime. Like, I'm serious, right? So Tim, why don't you share just 1 or 2 tips on how you got reviews at this level? Because I literally, like, I'm going to go here and I'm going to show you all. Let's Google Tim. Here's Tim's Google business. He has 103 reviews. And look, I'm going to go newest first. Tim got one just now from Geraldine, 17 hours ago, 18 hours ago, 18 hours ago, a day 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 ago, right? He got like, what, 10 reviews in 1 day? Even more. Way to go. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, right?
Are you able to enable Mr. Tim? He's happy to come and use the microphone.
Well, let's do it. Tell him, Tim. Tell people why this matters, because I don't want to be the only one. Well, I can be the only one. I've been preaching this for years now.
Can you go find him? I don't.
Yeah,
have
I got him. He's coming on.
Am I on now?
Yep, you are, Tim.
Here? Okay. So, well, I just follow your program, Alex. I mean, obviously, you know, I do everything that you tell. And I just went down and just started asking. So I took the copy and paste the Google review from the Google business page. And I just started texting people, and I used what you said in your script. I'm in a contest right now to see who get the most Google reviews. And so could you please leave me a 5 stars? I use those words, a 5-star, like you said, a 5-star review. And I really appreciate it. So some of my customers, some are clients, some were just friends, relatives, and I just blasted it out and just kept asking and asking. And that's the same thing with real estate. You don't get anything unless you ask.
There you go. So rule number 1, my takeaway number 1 is that you have to ask to get reviews. Let's be honest, everybody on this call, how many of you are not asking? That's why you're not getting, right? Number 2 is you got to make it simple for them to do it, which means you got to provide them the link, either the Google business page, or you got to provide them the Instacart link. And number 3 is you got to have a script that's kind of inspiring for them to do it. So by him saying, hey, I'm in this challenge right now. Hey, everybody, I'm in a Google Mastery challenge right now, or a Google review challenge right now, and I'm trying to get to a goal of 100 reviews. Would you mind giving me a 5-star review to help me build my online presence and my online reputation? And people want to help, right? That's it. It's pretty simple. I'm going to give you more scripts, and I'm going to give you more ideas on who to ask today, so you're all inspired to take action. But at the end of the day, what Tim did is he just implemented it. He asked, he made it simple, he made it enrolling, and people committed, they did it, and now he broke 100 reviews. So Tim, I got to acknowledge you, man. That's massive. Like, you were at 0 and now you're at 100 in your local area. Now you're getting to the top of the list, if not at the top of the list, right? Depends how saturated we are.
Yeah, my problem is I enjoy this too much. I love your programs. It's a good thing.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here. Everybody, let me keep on going with the training. So let's take you back to attendee. There we go. All right, everybody. Now here's another tip for all of you. And for Tim. Tim, you got 100 reviews on Google. You can copy all your reviews from Google and put them into Realtor.com in the recommendation section. So log into your Realtor.com and spend like 15, 20 minutes copying the reviews into Realtor.com. And you'll have 100 recommendations on Realtor.com, and that's going to place you on the top of Realtor.com for your local area. Do you get that? This is huge, everybody. If with 100 reviews, Tim, you're probably going to be the top rated agent on Realtor.com. You can only do this on Realtor.com, not on Zillow, not on other portals. I know people would love that. But for Realtor.com, you can go into the dashboard and copy and paste. And now you've got all these recommendations in your Realtor.com. Pretty awesome, right? Who's going to take this on? Copying, you can copy your reviews from anywhere, everybody. Copy them from anywhere and put them on Realtor.com. That's going to build your reputation in two places, Google and Realtor.com.
All right, here's a great question I want to cover right from the top of this meeting.
Yeah.
How can you get a review from somebody if you haven't done business with them? If you don't have no transactions, is that review worth anything?
Yes, it is worth something because it's a character recognition. So Mario, I want to acknowledge Mario and give him a 5-star review for his professionalism, for his integrity, for being on time at the webinar, whatever it is. They can speak to your professionalism. They can speak to your integrity, your credibility, how they know you do in business, how they can trust you, right? It's not always about transactions, everybody. It's a character reference. Google is allowing you to get reviews from anybody, not just your transactions. So rather than I love when people tell me this, they're like, well, Alex, that kind of makes the Google reviews not so valuable anymore because it's not clients. Yeah, so do you want to get behind that or do you want to fall behind? I would get behind that and take advantage of that opportunity because this is a marketing play, everybody. You are all in marketing. Marketing has opened the door for you to get reviews on Google. Zillow didn't. Zillow said transactions only. Realtor.com said, I'll give you 2 doors, one for your customers, one that you can put in. And Google said, I'll open the door that anybody can give you a review. But many of you are thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't, or can I do too many? You're looking at all the challenging questions versus all the opportunistic thoughts. This is an opportunity that may not exist for a long time. I'm telling you now, because I've watched it, it is getting tougher and tougher to get reviews on Google. And one day Google may say, only for transactions. Then what? Get ahead. I'm here to give you the edge. I can't close deals for you. I can't do your transactions for you. I'm here to give you a marketing edge that other agents don't have. So marketing edge number 1, get as many reviews as possible. Marketing edge number 2, copy them into Realtor.com, and boom, you just built recognition on both. Make sense? I do have a training, Geraldine, on Realtor.com on my YouTube channel, and I show you exactly how to copy and paste those reviews. Okay? It's okay to have a mismatch. Can't answer all the questions in the chat, but I did notice those. Check this out. The average number of reviews for a small business is 39. Tim is already beating this. The average number of reviews in real estate, 5 to 10. We are behind in this industry. I think you all know this. We're a little behind on technology. When I look at other industries, they're light years ahead, right? So make sure you're getting a lot of reviews. Now, this is why it matters. If I search best real estate agent in Miami, a bunch of agents are going to show up. If I search best real estate agent in New York City, a bunch of agents are going to show up. Depending on your market is where you're going to compete when it comes to number of reviews. So if I was in New York City, great. Now I'm competing with Matt Bizzaro, who has 973 reviews. That's going to be tough, right? Then Julia has 23. Okay, I can beat that maybe, right? On the left, we've got the Opes group at Compass had 242 reviews. There's 2 reasons I'm showing you this screen. Number 1 is to show you that you want to understand in your market, what is the average number of reviews so you can beat that. Number 2 is notice how it says Google screened. Do you all notice that? Google screened was local service ads. Many agents jumped on this when it was new. Many agents made a lot of money on this when it was new. And then it became kind of saturated. And agents started saying, I'm not getting as many leads. It's not doing as good. That's how marketing works. You got to jump on it while it's new, ride the train, and then find the next train to get on. Does that make sense? But here's the big change. Google screened. This was in the past. This is today. Can anybody see the difference? And trust me, I'm like one of the few people that catches these kind of things. So you're getting a real edge here. Look at this screen. Anybody catch what the difference is? Here it says Google screened. And now I do best agent in Nashville. Anybody got a guess? Put it in the chat. This is like the Where's Waldo pictures. What's different on this screen versus the previous screen? Here's the previous screen. Here's the new screen. Denise says verified. No Google screen, says Anna. Anna's got this thing nailed. I know Anna really well. You see what I'm saying, everybody? No Google screened. Interesting. Did Google announce this? Not really. But they did announce something very interesting. They said, stop getting reviews on your Google local service ad. Start getting them on your Google business. In fact, we're not going to allow you to get reviews on your Google local service ad anymore. What could that mean? That could mean that they're doing a big push for Google business. Because Google local service ad was a minimal market, Google business is a huge market, and Google can make a lot of money selling ads to all of you. And nobody's doing this yet. Interesting. So who wants to be kind of on the top of the list, right? This is an opportunity. However, you don't want to put yourself there unless you have a lot of reviews. Here's the good news. You're not going to need to go through a screening process the way local service ads did. That's interesting. For many of you, this is a little bit over your head. I get it. Some of you are like, wow, ding, ding, ding. I see the money, Alex. How many people see the money here, see the opportunity, see what's changing? Stuff is changing here. And as a marketer, I'm always looking for this kind of stuff. Okay? If you're clear, say I'm clear. If you're confused, say I'm confused. Awesome. We got some people clear, some people confused. I'm going to try to clear the confusion one more time. When I go to Google, let's do it live, right? I'm a customer and I'm searching for an agent in Nashville. So I put best agent in Nashville, right? Let's put, I got to spell it right, of course. Best agent in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay. And I get organic search results. Now I'm going to put best real estate agent in Nashville. And now I get this. This is what customers would see when they search for a local agent in your area. You all want to try this search. Best agent in my town. Best real estate agent in my town. Sponsored is on the top. Local Google business pages is here. I don't see the Google local service ads anymore. That's interesting. They used to be there. That's a good thing for you all. That's an opportunity for you all. This is giving more priority to Google business pages. In addition to that, we're going to be able to position you a little higher if you'd like to. There's an opportunity for that too. However, look who shows up at the top. Well, Gary Ashton has 1,300 reviews. So he's showing up at the top. So we want to get you on a bunch of reviews, and then we want to position your Google business, see where it lands. And then if you need to give it a little nudge with a little marketing budget, you can boost it to the top. And we're going to show you in the next 3 weeks how to do all of this. Would that be interesting to you? Now do you see where I'm going? Would you like that when somebody searches for a real estate agent in your area, you get found on the top of the list? Lisa says, last week I got 3 listings from my Google business. None of the realtors called a second realtor. I just answered my phone and showed up. That's what I'm talking about. Lisa knows what I'm talking about, right? This is an opportunity that will not come around too many times in my lifetime, right? Every once in a while, something shows up like this and it's like, ooh, This is interesting. I like this. And I love this because I get to give all of you an edge above everybody else. So let's keep going here. Now, are we less confused? If you were confused before, are you less confused? Let me know. Awesome. So check it out. On Google Maps, the same kind of thing is happening. We're seeing Google business pages. And based on reviews, you get to show up on the map. So really what it boils down to, everybody, is showing up on the map and then showing up the highest on the map so you get the most amount of phone calls. That's as simple as I can break it down. How do we show up on the map? Then how do we show up the highest on the map so I can get all the phone calls? Imagine all of you, I'm going to take you out for a second in a visualization. This just came to me, Mario, is like, what if we all worked for one brokerage called Google? And Google said, I've got leads for you all. Who should I give them to? And then it goes, oh, I'm going to give these Nashville leads to Gary Ashton because he's got a lot of reviews. I'm going to give these leads out to Anna in Peoria, Arizona. I'm going to give these leads to Tim Teeps because it looks like he's got a lot of reviews. And Google's deciding how to distribute all these leads for you all, right? So now how do you get Google's attention? Because they have the leads, they have the consumers. How do you get their attention? You show them that you're a committed realtor who A, has a lot of reviews, and what's B? Picks up the phone. That's it. So Jackie's like, I have Google Screen. That's great, Jackie. Now you're going to want to also make sure you have Google Business because it looks like Google Business is going to start to clean up out of Google Local Service Ads, or there's going to be both of them, but there's an opportunity for your Google Business pages to show up on top. Mario, anything to add to that?
No, so far so good.
Awesome. So even at our company, we're in the review game too, right? We broke 1,000 reviews. Gary Ashton's got 1,200 reviews. So now you're kind of thinking, well, where am I? How many reviews do I have? Well, if you filled in that form, that's where you answered that question. Then it's like, what's my review goal? So now that you all kind of understand the importance of this, just put it in the chat. How many Google reviews do you want to have in the next 21 days? What's your goal? And I'll answer Toy's question. You may not need the Google Local Service Ads. If you have it already, you can keep it. But I don't know what's happening. Things are changing. But I would make sure that your Google Business is loaded with reviews, Toy. That's really what I'm promoting. So I love these goals people are setting. Anna's like, I'm going for 200. James says I'm going for 100 plus. Mark says I have 44 now. I want 100 plus. Ashley says 75. I'm starting at 22. Let's do this. 20 or more for sure. Marissa says I have 2. Awesome, Marissa, but now you know, right? Now you're going to know how to get more. So let's keep going. Listen, 9 out of 10 people read reviews before doing business. 88% of consumers trust online reviews. 93% of people make decisions to work someone based on reviews. 73% of all reviews are hosted on Google. 73% of all reviews are hosted on Google. That's why you want a Google first strategy. Over 60% of consumers are likely to leave a review. Why do reviews matter? Here's why, because stories matter. You can put it into your listing presentation. Reputation matters. Search engine optimization matters. Google Business matters. The Google 3-pack matters. Google LSA, you need reviews for that. Leads matter. For many of you, money matters. We got to pay our bills, right? We got to feed our families. So when you're getting these reviews, take note of some really good ones. Like Monica Code had a review here. Monica changed my life. A single mother of 4 with less than perfect credit and modest income. I never dreamed I'd be able to own a home until I met Monica. She showed me how and never gave up through the process. I had many hurdles, but Monica worked tirelessly. I don't want you to lose sight of the stories. You're out on a review mission right now. But don't just get 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. Let's also get some real stories because those tell something about your Google business. So this is important, okay? If you're going after a ton of reviews, and they all just say 5-star and there's no story in between, people are going to read through the lines. They're going to say, oh, you're just one of those realtors that got 100 reviews. Good for you. But I don't really see any story, character reference, right? Stories totally sell, says Nikki. Exactly. Don't lose sight of this. Important, because it'll dilute your reputation. If you don't have real stories in there, you just have 105 stars and nothing written, or like barely anything written. Like I see a lot of you right now. I'm going to call you out. You're not present for this training because you're giving each other reviews. Do that after this training. And the reviews you're giving each other, if you're doing them now on this call, they're really quick. We need heartfelt stories too. So yes, do that also. Help each other out. I get it. You can do that. But make sure you don't lose sight of this, because this is important for your reputation. Make sense? Just really had to keep that in there, because I don't want you all to just go on the, I'm going to go get 1,000 review game, but there's no actual meat to your reputation on Google. How do you ask people to tell a story? You literally ask them like, how did this change your life? Or how did I help your family? Or what were the biggest challenges you went through that we were able to overcome? Right? Client reviews and stories really matter. Like when I get these from my clients, they're authentic and they're real. This is a big deal in for me, for my team. We read these on the Friday meetings, right? I'm going to blast through this. Here's another example. Lori got 53 reviews. So agent reviews lead to deals. Let me come to where I want to get with this. 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Big thing to note here. Zillow was based on transactions. Google is not. Okay. They're easy to request on Google. Tap your sphere like Tim did. Who do you ask? Here are a couple of ideas, just a couple. Past clients, yes. People you have helped in general. Friends, Facebook friends, colleagues, your broker, other agents, mortgage brokers, title agents, insurance brokers, lawyers, partners, vendors, contractors. Maybe you can go give a review to your lawyer and say, I just gave you 5 stars. Would you mind giving me 1 back? Maybe you can give a review to your mortgage broker that you recommend. Maybe you can give a review to your broker and ask them for 1 in return. Sometimes you can give and then get. Maybe you can contribute to each other. Are we widening the possibilities here? Anybody think of any other type of person you could ask besides what I showed you here? It's pretty wide. Pet sitter, babysitter, cleaning lady, anyone that breathes. I love it, Anna. Anna's all about it. Neighbors, lenders, yes. Community, yes. You see, we can get creative, right? The more creative you get, the more results you're going to get. I love how these people posted reviews. If you're going to put a review on somebody else's Google business, add an image. Imagine putting your business card like Crystal did and Pam did. They put their business card on our Google business page. Super smart. Imagine you put your business card on the Google review for your lawyer, for your contractor, for your inspector, right? You just upload an image. Pretty smart. Very smart with the image, right, Nikki? Thought that was genius. These aren't all my ideas. I'm stealing your ideas. You all get creative too. Let's leverage this knowledge base. This is a mastermind, right? Awesome. How do you get more reviews? First of all, you have to know where to get the link. Okay? You can get the link from your Google business page. There's a section called Ask for Reviews. Or you can go, and that's what'll happen. It'll say Ask for Reviews, and it'll give you the link directly to your Google business. That's super easy. If you have the digital card, our Instacard, we make it super easy to share it by QR code or by text. There are best practices for when getting reviews. So, you may want to read about this. Make sure you reply to reviews. That's a big one, okay? Value your reviews. In fact, I would do this if I was you all. When you get the review, call them and thank them and have a conversation with them like a human being. You know what I love? It was my mom's birthday yesterday, and this shows you the difference in culture and in generations, right? My mom, for her birthday, was on the phone all day, receiving phone calls for her birthday. When it's my birthday, I get a bunch of Facebook messages, text messages, Instagram messages, but I don't get any phone calls, right? Isn't that wild? So people go out of their way to give you a 5-star review. Maybe the least we could do is pick up the phone and call them. Maybe that's going to generate some business down the road too, because now you had a real conversation. So this is also a lead generation tool, right? And a way to have conversations with people. Like, who calls? I mean, I wish I would do this in my own company. Like, and I'm just being like, this is an opportunity for us too, Mario. Is like, we get a review and we call and we thank them on the phone, right? So you can share the link, just like many of you have been sharing. You can read your reviews and respond to your reviews through Google Business. And I recommend you do respond to the reviews, right? That's another algorithm for Google. The more you respond to reviews, the more it pushes your Google page up. Little hack for you all. So when you get these reviews, Tim and all these people on the call, make sure you respond. It's going to move you up on the search engines too. Awesome. Toy says, I always respond as fast as possible. Using the Instacart, really easy to ask for reviews. How many people on this call do not have an Instacart? I know many people do. Is there anybody on this call that does not have an Instacart? This is a great tool to get reviews. This is the product that we made. I'm not trying to sell it to you, but I just really think this makes your life easy because the Google business page is linked from here. You can share it by QR code. Many of our clients use this. How do you get Instacart? Go to instacart.realestate and you can go set yours up. Yeah, Jerry Allen says best investment ever. So instacart.realestate. Mari, if you could put that link in the chat for those that need it.
Will do.
What's nice about the Instacart is that we build in the Google Business Review link. So now you can share it by text and it goes right to the 5-star section. You can share it by email. You can share it by QR code, goes right to the 5-star section. Laurel, we can get you set up. Just make sure you click that link that Mario gave. Robin says Instacart is awesome. Just started using it, sending it out, asking for reviews. I love it. So you have the link there, everybody. Get your Instacart, instacart.realestate. The nice thing about your Instacart is you should also feature your best reviews. So as you're all getting reviews from all these different people, take note of the really good ones and put those into your marketing, into your listing presentation, right? All right, can you make that link clickable for everybody? The Instacart.realestate. Link is coming at you all right now, okay? That's going to make your life really easy. And what happens here is this. When you share your digital card, there's a QR code and a share as text. When you share as text, it goes to this screen, which shows the 5 stars, okay? And they can just do the 5 stars, they can enter their experience, and they can add photos. So many of you are wondering, how do I get that photo like those agents did on other people's Google business? You go add photo and upload the photo. Excellent. You can add customer reviews if you're an influencer in our community. Many of you are doing it right now in the chat. You're giving each other reviews. We have a chat in our community. If you're one of our influencer clients, that's the next level, where agents are giving each other reviews. See, like Michael posted his link, and then another agent, Jose, said done, and they're giving each other Google reviews. That's a good idea. You should help each other out. If you're in an office and you want to do this within your office, help each other out to get more reviews, that's a good idea. The only caveat there is don't do too many of those in the same physical location. Same physical location could be a sign to Google, okay? But I've done 25 reviews in a day. in different locations. So we did this already. Here are different ways to ask for reviews. You can ask for reviews in person. When's the best time to ask for a review? When you're in person, because you're seeing them do it right in front of you. If you're not in person with somebody, then you can ask them by email. Maybe you can ask them on social media. Sherry says, I don't understand different locations. What I mean by that is, as long as you're asking somebody that's at their home, and then you're asking another person at another home, that's fine. But if you're at your physical office asking 25 agents to give you a review at the same time, that could get you blocked. You can ask on social media. You can ask on Facebook Messenger. This one is gold. Why is this one gold? Because if they're on Facebook Messenger, they're actually on the internet already. So you could Facebook message somebody and say, hey, I'm in this Google Business Challenge. I'd love for you to give me a review. Here's the link, right? Hillary says, where could you put a video review? You can put that in Google Business as well when you upload photo video. Here is the best way to ask for reviews, asking by text message. Why? Because it's scalable and it holds people accountable. So if you send them the request to do a link by text message, you can follow up by text and say, hey, I didn't see your review on my Google. Did you get a chance to do it? And you do that reminder, okay? You can ask with a video. I do this sometimes. I'll create a video on my phone, like I could do it right now. I go to my phone, I say record a video. Hey, it's Alex Montalenti. I know we haven't spoken in a while. I just want to let you know I'm doing this Google Mastery Challenge, and I'm trying to get reviews on my Google business page. It's really important that I have a really good reputation online. I'm putting the link below. If you could take 2 seconds to give me a review. And if you've got a business, I'd love to return the favor for you. Just let me know. Provide the link to your Google business. You shoot the video. You text message them the video. You put the link. That's an even better request, right? Does that make sense? How many people would take on text message or video? Let me know in the chat. Anna says sometimes it takes more than 5 times to ask. Don't be weird about asking more than once. Yes, I love that advice, Anna. So we spoke about that. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Keep the review process simple, everybody. Keep your requests short and sweet. You don't need to write them a whole book, right? It doesn't have to be 4 paragraphs on why they should give you a review. I love it. Robin says, stop being shy. Yes, everybody. Ask for the business. Ask for the review. Keep your request short and sweet. Personalize your outreach. I don't recommend texting 100 people with the same message and going, hey, I'm in this Google Review Challenge. Send it to each one. Hi, Susan. This is Alex. Hi, John. This is Alex. Not, hey, everybody, can you do this favor for me? You're not going to get a big response rate. Sending an email to 1,000 people, not really going to work. Personalized outreach works way better. Timing is key. You don't want to get somebody on text when they're driving. They're not going to give you a review. That's why I say Facebook Messenger is so great. Include a call to action, meaning the link to your Google business page, to the review section. Express your gratitude and don't buy the reviews. Whatever you do, don't buy the reviews. You will get blocked. You will get spammed. You'll get blacklisted. Okay. There's companies that are trying to sell reviews. I'm telling you right now, don't play that game. That's not a good game to play. Okay. Prime your clients as you're working with them. Let them know, hey, when I do a great job, I just want to let you know I'll be asking for a 5-star review at the end. Here's some scripts to use. Thank you so much for choosing me as your real estate agent. I value your opinion about what it was like to work with me. I think other buyer and homeowners would appreciate knowing what they can expect from me. I'd like to ask you a favor of writing me a 5-star review about your experience. Feel free to screenshot that. Your experience and feedback means the world to me. Could you kindly share your genuine 5-star review on Google? Visit my Google review link and thank you so much. Tell me what you loved most about working with me. That's a great way to inspire them to write something. Here's the screenshot for the first one. Here's the screenshot for the next one. And by the way, this isn't rocket science, everybody. I just went to ChatGPT and said, write me a script for requesting a review that would inspire somebody to give me the review. So leverage ChatGPT for this kind of stuff, okay? There's the screenshot, Marissa. Yeah, Casey said, I asked ChatGPT. It gave me a fun script. It was perfect. GPT is gold for this. Absolutely. Here's 50 words or less. Here's 30 words or less. Would you be so kind to leave a 5-star Google review for our company? Your feedback helps others and inspires us to keep helping. Yeah, I know I have a typo there. You can address it. Don't take the screenshot and send it to somebody, by the way. Make sure you retype this. I hope this message finds you well. I hope you had a positive experience. You know, I'm aiming to become a leader in our industry and I need your help. If you had a positive experience, leave a 5-star. But I'm telling you, out of all of these, I think the one that works the best is when you tell somebody, hey, I'm in a Google review challenge right now, and I'm trying to reach 100 reviews. I'm at 40. Would you mind doing a 5-star review for me and help me reach my goal? Then they feel like they're a part of something, like they're helping you reach their goal. Like I'm helping my friend right now who just launched his book become a New York Times bestseller. I'm inspired to help him become a New York Times bestseller. I'm helping him reach his goal. On email, you can ask. Here's a screenshot you can provide for email. Again, I asked ChatGPT for this. You don't have to use this specifically. And things to be aware of. It's not just based on clients. Sometimes they don't post. I know that sounds like, really, Alex? Yeah, sometimes Google doesn't post your review. It happens. Don't freak out. Just keep asking. You need to respond. Bad reviews can have you lose some business. So obviously, we don't want to ask people that may give us a bad review, right? Respond promptly, personalize your response, take the conversations private, offer a solution if you do get a bad review. You can appeal a bad review. You have a one-time appeal process. You can Google this, appeal process for Google. But don't stop getting more reviews. Don't let one bad review spoil you. If it happens, it happens, and you got to move on with life. You got to serve that client the best you can, and then you keep getting more reviews. Personalized outreach is better. It's an opportunity to reach out for a referral. Request reviews, ways to leverage. Include the review link in your communications, your website, your Instacart, your email signature. Include it in marketing. Leverage it on social media. Post it on social. So I leave you with this because it's 2:02 and I'm 2 minutes over right now. Who are you going to ask today? Take baby steps. You just got off a 1-hour training all about Google reviews. You all got inspired. You have big goals. Who can you ask today to get started on getting some reviews? And then join me next Friday with your results and say, Alex, I did it. I got 5 reviews. I got 10 reviews. I got 50 reviews. I got 100 reviews. Okay? I'm in this with you all. I'm going to help you. And the next week, we're going to talk about how to position your Google business on the top of the search engines. But I want you all to have enough reviews to get to the top. And many of you don't. So this week, let's really focus on getting more reviews. Okay? How many people saw value in today's training? Let me know. 1 through 10, you saw value. I love this. Marissa says, I got 5 reviews on this call. Sorry, I was paying attention. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 1000%. I'm glad you're all getting it. I think I woke you all up to the value here of these reviews, right? So listen, I'm going to do the same thing that you all do right now. I'm going to ask you, if you saw value in today's training, I'm looking to be a national speaker on all the stages. I want to teach Google and Google trainings to all the agents. You're getting the early access because you're here first. You're the committed ones. You're my raving fans. So if you believe in what I'm up to here and you really see the vision and you can give me a 5-star review on my trainings and the value of what I teach, I would really highly appreciate it. This is the QR code. You can go to realgraderreview.com, give me 5 stars, talk about my trainings and share the value of our trainings. I'd highly appreciate it. And join us next week, because next week you're going to come with your reviews and we're going to take it to the next level and see how we can place you. Okay? And if you already gave us a 5-star review, don't do it again because it won't let you. Remember, everybody, you can only get 1 review per person. Okay? Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you.
A couple of updates for folks that need to be contacted. Make sure you let me know and I can provide you the form. For folks who want to watch this again or want to share with somebody you love, this will be sent out within less than 2 hours today to everyone that registered via